technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Philadelphia Eagles
and the Washington Commanders.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
These two teams met in our nation's capital earlier this season with the Commanders picking up the win at FedEx Field. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
Steps away to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing. But to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And Lance's throw pulled in by Tolbert.
They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape, because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Here's Lance. Throw out wide to Walker.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them. But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Ready.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
It's caught. Over.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Lance
being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. He showed that he's ready for this early interception on that play. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Walker going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. The Commanders defense looking for a stop here. It's 3rd and goal. And Lance going to throw.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll look to throw here.
That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Second and 5.
And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Dawson Knox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
On 2nd and inches, Lance.
He completes this to Walker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They end up losing 3 here. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Brandon, you can see that play developing. They were hoping that he was going to be able to move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. 30, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 71 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage. The point after is good, and the lead is up to 8. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll drop to throw. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 23 yards on the play. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Adams the man in motion right. They'll look to throw again. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
And his kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Walker now on 1st and 10. Montez Sweat with a tackle. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
He's got a man complete. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 56 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Touchdown, Philadelphia! Kenneth Walker as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's Tressway now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. "39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll get this to the 32.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 120 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On the counter, it's Walker. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
If they're going to get a 1st down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Lance going to sneak it.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
But they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, Those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
And Walker once more.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 29, Lance. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to draw that one free.
And the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Shotgun now for Lance. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So they get the interception and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who was the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old Olay, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not to make this a pick six, and he got there in time to make the tackle.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Point after, right down the middle. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
But doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back
us a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now Lance.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this year. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
He'll take it inside the 25.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Play action. They'll throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down. And they may be going backward here. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Washington on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
They'll look to throw.
Pass throw to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Adams, the man in motion right.
Here's a 2nd and 7. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, they were successful in one sense. They completed the pass, but still leads them to a tough 4th down situation, doesn't it?
It does, and the deficit more than 3 here in a 1-score game. So the field goal, not their ideal situation.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
In his own end zone, it's Lance.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm sure that pass was incomplete. They made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if they don't get the completion, at least you told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone, Lance. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
From the 17, Lance. Open man is Gunner, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him. Now they're staring at 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring out the key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Walker. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. It was a nice
6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Lance looking to throw. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 31-yard line.
That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Philadelphia, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they drop below 500 to 2-3.